Yo, welcome to episode 46, A Dose of Raagz. We are here. It is November. We just had a crazy weekend, daylight savings, World Series, Halloween. Like, bam! You know what I'm saying? We got hit with it all, bro. Daylight savings hit Saturday night, and it was nice to get the extra hour. And I feel like, fellas, I'm paying for that extra hour right now. Do you feel like that?
Yes, absolutely.
Did it just hit you like the jet lag?
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm perfectly fine.
No, it hit me since
Whoa,
yesterday.
no, I
perfectly
don't think
fine.
you are, buddy. I saw it happen.
perfectly
I saw
fine.
it happen.
By the
to
way,
your
Jay,
main-
when you do that thing when you do the episode with your hands, you do realize when you use two hands, both of your hands go off the camera. You got to go like closer if you're gonna really go like
Yeah, fine.
46. You know, you gotta go. No,
I can't even
that looks
fit
like
both mine.
that looks like
I
3.5
can't.
now.
All right, listen.
All right.
By the way, Dose, your favorite player on your team, he's out for the year.
I
Right?
didn't know that until you mentioned it right now. Thank you for reminding me.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if he is. Anyway, I'm getting jet lagged and burnt lagged and flesh lagged and who knows what from freaking holiday. Wasn't a holiday.
It must be Indian
From
fatigue.
goddamn Halloween. Wait, by the way, did you dress up, Jay?
No, I didn't dress up this year.
Wow.
Went to a haunted house. Yeah.
You went to a haunted house. Says who?
Yeah.
Why
Jay?
did you dress up to go to the haunted house?
I tried to just do some scary shit. I actually liked the haunted house out here
You told me
last
on
time
the
I
phone
went.
that you told me on the phone last week that you have a blonde wig that you might wear.
No, I had that for us for our skits. I had gotten that years ago. That wasn't for this Halloween.
Oh, shit. Put it on.
Digging through the
Oh.
digging. Put it-
It's all right. It's all right. All right,
That's
why
right
not?
there. Hold
Fuck
on,
it.
I can
Put
show
it
it
on.
to you. Hold
Okay,
on.
all right, okay.
I
All
mean,
right,
it's
we're-
Halloween weekend. Dose, what was your Halloween like?
I just stayed in the goddamn house and just fucking
Trick or treater?
Yeah, I was manning the fort while the wife took the kids out. We got invited to a party. Oh,
That
that's
ain't
not
blonde, bitch.
That's silver, bro. What the hell?
It's a politician's
Yeah,
wig,
it's
right?
still not blonde.
Yeah.
You're fucking off color, bro.
What the hell?
By the way, Dose, was this not the best World Series of our lifetime?
One of them, yeah, absolutely.
What do
I
you
can't
want?
remember another
It's
one
the
of them.
best. There's no.
I can't remember.
Listen,
Some of
Yeah.
the Yankee ones were really good earlier
Look,
on in the 90s.
I mean, I can't imagine being a Toronto Blue Jays or even an LA Dodger fan. And first of all, these games are already nerve-wracking. But then when you have all these fucking diving catches and just everything's down to the wire by inches, magnified, like everything came down to inches. And then you have like the lead, they're taking it back and forth. I mean, it had to be the best World Series of our lifetime. 18 innings on fucking Wednesday. You know, I mean,
let me just since you brought this up, let me just say this. That was a disgraceful end as far as the Blue Jays are concerned. Managerial foot by sacrificing a sacrifice bunt there. You're down a run in that bottom half inning with the game on the line. You have a man on first base, or you got a man on second base. You sacrifice him, give an out away when you have 3 outs, 3 outs for the whole rest of the game. And then, by the way, the inning before that, when they had the pitch runner, they have a bases loaded. IKF, take a secondary goddamn lead off third base.
yes, that's bad. But I will tell you, sacrifice bunt with a guy at second, as a fan, as someone, if that was my team, I would be like, thank you for doing that because now you have a guy in third with 1 out. Wait, by the way, that bunt was perfectly fucking placed. And that guy wasn't
It was
hitting
perfectly
shit.
placed. But it was a bad strategy considering the moment.
What?
I'm a fan of small ball. You got guys.
Yeah, and that's the smallest ball there is. A fucking fly ball.
There's no force on third. There's no force. Why do you need to
Bro.
sacrifice him there? You sacrifice him to get off, so there's no force on second base.
What if he strikes out? What if he grounds out and you can't advance the runner?
You still have a runner in scoring position. You still
No.
have a runner in scoring
No,
position.
no.
You're still
Listen,
a base hit away.
Let's be honest. What the Blue Jays do best is put the ball in play. Do you agree with that? As
I
far
didn't
as
watch the whole season
fundamentals,
to know that for sure. I don't know if that.
I mean,
I don't
did
know
you
that-
watch
if
the
that's
whole
their game.
series? Did you watch the series? I watched most of the series.
I watched the whole series.
And
I'm
if
not
you
a
see
fan
one,
of.
fundamentally, they're the better team out of the two, right? As far as being able to execute, being able, well, not being able to execute, but being able to do the little things. Anyway, Jay, did you watch the World Series?
No.
Every single minute of it, he did.
I mean, this is honestly, it was the most exciting World Series you're ever going to see, so you missed it. But I will tell you what, if I'm a Dodger fan, and again, out here, they're loving it, I would be so proud of my team. But also, when you are fucking 4 strikes away from losing, to not give up hope, and I got to admit, these Dodger fans did not give up hope, man. I mean, I don't know how that guy hit a home run in the 9th inning, considering who he is and what he does, bro. That is a miracle, bro.
I just can't get over the base running blunder there, man. No secondary lead. There's a force at home. You don't need to slide.
He should have been halfway down the fucking line by the release of the pitch. He should have been halfway down the line.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes, there was no, and at the very least, you're taught to take a lead the same distance as the third baseman or at the first baseman playing. He was half the distance of where the third baseman was.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro? You're not going to get doubled up.
That's
there.
the thing. And
that's why IKF got ran out of New York.
He's got a fucking head first slide there. And if you look at the
replay,
no
slide
it's
at
awful.
All.
Well, I
mean,
mean,
slide.
He should have, at that point, because he didn't have the lead, he should have slid.
If you slide, you slow down. By the way, the reason why I say one of them
first.
No,
it's like you
should not have been any slide. Should not have been any slide.
I know. I'm just saying
fastest.
That fucking slide, he did slow him down.
Yeah, definitely. That was even worse than it. Well, look, if your point is that's even slower than a head first, then yeah, I agree with that. But no slide at all would have been the way to go.
I know Jay's bored by this conversation as he looks like the weatherman for Channel 11.
No, I'm enjoying this. I saw Sports Center Ferdos get so intense just there talking about this.
You know what we're doing. You know what you're doing, Raagz? Now we're opening the door for World Cup talk.
He's going to fucking do it eventually anyway. Yeah. Anyway, but look, we're done with the talk of. There's one last thing I wanted to discuss about the World Series. I sent you the clip on the group chat. Can you please play that for us? Because this is after the game.
Me a wrong clip. You sent me a Riverside link.
Oh my god, so burnt, man. I got no sleep though. I'm running on fumes, man. Oh, I'm mentally unstable.
Well, I know none of you guys have any stake in it. Well, I guess Raagz, you'd be rooting for LA. But
I mean, look, there's no stake in it. I got nothing out of it, man, except for the fact that Dodger fans are even going to be more fucking goddamn cocky this year. But I'll tell you what, it makes me as a Phillies fan. Now, Dos, do you feel this as a Met fan? That as a Phillies fan, if we get there next year and we fucking beat them, I have more pride in the win. Right? Dos, if the Mets get there next year and beat the fucking Dodgers, then you beat a 2-time champion. You beat a repeat champion rather than just a fucking normal World Series champion.
The irony is, I think the Mets could have beat that Dodgers team this year. Even though I know the Dodgers won the World Series.
I know the Phillies could have because the Phillies pitching
vulnerable.
is just
they
as
were
good.
vulnerable. They were
very vulnerable.
They were more vulnerable this year. Blue Jays were better, bro. They should have won that.
Blue Jays are better at fundamental baseball, but as far as coming back in late innings, obviously the Dodgers are better. But anyway, what's very ironic? Anyway, let's go to this clip, and then I got one more clip after that.
Here we go.
Can you see that? All right, so it just showed that the fucking Blue Jay fans left a complete mess on the field, all over around the stadium, the whole city. They trashed the city. Now remember, Blue Jay fans, Toronto white people, you blame the Indians. Oh, we're always making a mess. Diwali, wish we did, but we definitely didn't leave anywhere near the mess you guys left after the World Series. And by the way, Canada. Toronto, it's all Indian. I watched the whole World Series. I didn't see a fucking Indian in sight. Well, number one, because we're too cheap to buy tickets to the World Series. But second of all, there should have been at least 1 or 2 stragglers around that were brown, and you didn't really see that. Actually, I did see the guy who caught the home run ball. The guy who did you see that dose?
He was he threw it back. He threw it back out into the field.
He switched the ball and then threw it back.
Oh, he did switch the ball.
That's how you know he's Indian. He's like, I'll throw it back. Okay. So Jay, if the opposing team hits a home run and you're at home, you're supposed to throw the ball back, right?
Yeah.
This Indian guy switched the ball in his pocket and then threw the one back.
They got a
And
lot of
I
peer
found
pressure.
out that guy's son caught the fucking the other home run.
Did he really?
What's his name? Edward Kim? What's his fucking guy's name? The catcher. You know what I'm talking about? The one that the one that made him go ahead 5-4. He caught both. Father and son caught both home runs. Anyway, so
I'll tell you this. Speaking of Toronto, the people of Toronto, I was there in 2019, the day they won the NBA World Championship, and I was in downtown area walking around in their Jurassic Park area, where they call it, where they were all like the standing party, where everyone's like, they have all these big screen TVs outside, and hundreds of thousands of the Toronto, Raptors fans watching the game. Almost all of them were brown, but they weren't in the game. They were standing outside, and there was a lot of celebrating afterwards. And I have to say, I mean, they won. They won.
Bro, the biggest fan of the Raptors is Punjabi dude. Yeah, Punjabi dude.
Yeah, Sadar, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And all the celebrating, it didn't look. I don't remember looking as messy as what we just shared right there.
I mean, look, any place is going to be messy. We're just making a joke here, but that's the point. If Indians are there or white people are there, white people are like, I wonder who, or India, and they put the Indian flag up. But obviously, bitch, it's just called being a fucking human being, okay?
Yeah.
But also, here's a. Go ahead, Jay. What were you saying?
No, I was gonna say that it's just calling out hypocrisy. You blame one person and then you do the same thing.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Jay wants to talk about the MLS Toronto soccer team they have out there.
Well, we're gonna get to that after rugby. So hold on. No, hold on 1 second. This is about the World Series. What's so hilarious about this is everybody in our country now, all these rednecks, all these Republicans, you better speak English or you talk to me. This is America. You gotta speak English here. Unless you're Shohei Ohtani, bitch. Unless you're Yamamoto, then it don't matter though, right? I mean, honestly, so many redneck Dodger fans, so many Republican Dodger fans, but not one peep that, hey, I want to understand what these people say. These guys always have translator with them. You know what I mean? Like, the translator, he's kind of an odd-looking guy, too, right?
I'm always curious if the translation's even accurate, too, by the way.
And it's so obvious it's not, because the guy will say, the question will be like, and so tell us, the preparation for the game prior to this, was it longer than 2 to 3 days, or how was it mentally? What were you doing to prepare? And the translator goes, Asamasa? It's always like the quickest fucking question. It's like, he just asked you a paragraph.
Or it'll be a long-winded answer in Japanese, and then the translator's like, he just got a good night's sleep.
No, the funny part is with Yamamoto, he's like, so how did you know you were ready? He's like, I warmed up and I was ready to do my job. That was it. That was it. I was ready to do my job. That was the answer he gave. I mean, they're just so humble, bro. I love these guys for that. I love how humble they are. They bring a whole new breath of fresh air to American sports. The fucking land of dancing in the end zone or fucking celebrating each fucking good play. And even when you're losing, even when you're down by 5 runs, you're celebrating because you got a double.
It is a culture that practices self-discipline very, very well. And, I got to tell you, man, it's hard to not like these guys. I mean, all jokes aside, I know we're busting balls of the rednecks that can't stand people that can't speak English. But these guys, they come off really humble, like you said. They're hard not to like. They hit these home runs. They're trotting. They're not celebrating, not flexing, nothing like that. They run around the damn bases, come back.
And I'll tell you what they're known for. So in the World Cup, the Japanese and maybe the Koreans are the only ones that clean up their entire locker room, leave it spotless.
Yeah. The same thing in baseball. So Shohei was talked about how they used to make him clean the toilets just to keep him humble, bro. And also Yamamoto, did you see this when Manny came up? Daddy Manny, whatever the fuck his name is, right? Guerrero came up.
Oh, Vlad Jr.
The best player.
Vlad Jr. Yeah.
Vlad Jr.
Daddy Manny. What the fuck?
Daddy Vladdy, whatever the fuck his name. Listen, I'm not a Toronto fan. Listen, so when he came up, Yamamoto gave him like that. He fucking gave respect. And the biggest moment of the game.
Yeah, love it.
And he's still, anyway.
Can't stand the Dodgers.
That's my pick,
those guys.
And this is ironic because again, all week what we've been hearing is, our political leaders, J.D. Vance said, "Well, it's nothing wrong with wanting to have to live next to an English-speaking person," and then you hear that. Dude, get back to your country. I don't speak that shit. Everyone that talks about speak English because it makes life better. I'm going to make a quick point here, number one, and tell you, by the way, the LA Dodgers owner is also a big supporter of ICE, big supporter of the prison system because they are investor in the private prison system. And let me just tell you right here, to everybody all week and all year since Trump's been in office talking about speak English. Who the fuck is the World Series champions? Motherfuckers that don't speak fucking English. Did they need English to win? No, they're the best in the world. Did their teammates complain? Shut up, bitch. Am I wrong? No one's pointing that out.
You're 100% right. And I want to throw something else out there that's kind of on the same wavelength, but a little bit different too. I want to friendly remind everybody that this World Series matchup, baseball, the Major League Baseball League is not the Olympics. So this whole notion about, Canadian team, I couldn't stand a Canadian team winning, or even Canadians waving the Canadian flag at a Blue Jays game, you realize, those players that play for the Toronto Blue Jays are not Canadian. At least maybe there might be a couple of them, but they're from all around the goddamn world. It's not the goddamn Olympics. I don't understand the frustration of Americans with the Blue Jays winning because they're from Canada and vice versa, where they're waving Canadian flags all over.
Bro,
that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Okay, let me be honest. When I saw them singing the Canada anthem, I was like, damn, this anthem better than our shit. You know why? Because it talks about unifying. It talks about coming together. It doesn't talk about how we blew your brains out, or whatever the fuck the goddamn Star Spangled Banner says, right? And I had a whole newfound fucking, let's be honest, the people who think like that, their dicks are little. That's all it comes down to. Why would you care? Okay? Canada and the United States, they basically had an open border until now, right? It's been we've been the same goddamn country to the point where the comedians that work in the United States, they work in Canada and vice versa. And on top of that, it works like that with everything, man. We are basically one country. And even to the point where there was a big controversy over the 51st state. So, in my opinion, I think Vancouver is one of the coolest cities of the world. The United States has a lot to learn from that city, as far as architecture, look, I just love the way it looked.
Yeah. Jay, I'll just illustrate your point, right? With the year you said Raptors won the championship, who was the MVP? Kawhi, an American player, right?
Wow.
And the reverse, the NBA champions, right? Oklahoma City Thunder, the MVP of the NBA is Canadian, SGA, right? You tell me they don't love SGA even though he's Canadian? So it's just stupid.
But I mean, okay.
And by the way, Toronto's you love Vancouver, Raagz? Favorite cities. I love Toronto.
The T-Dot, baby, great city as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm sorry. So I found my favorite costume this year. I saw a lot of costumes, but I want to show you guys my favorite costume this year. I mean, you got to give this guy some respect. I mean, again, I'm over the touche. I'm done with the touche.
It's the creativity points I got to give this guy.
I'm done with the touche. I mean, but damn, I saw there's a lot of Charlie Kirks out there. I saw Hitler out there. Wow, shit is crazy when people are just bold enough to rock Hitler. And look, I mean, it's freedom of speech, I guess, but it's kind of fucking nuts. All right, let's get into, we halfway into the show, so let's get into Hey, How You Doing? Part 2 with me, bitch. So, yes,
as you can see,
last time.
As we could all see, Raagz is fully facial haired again. That upper lip has made a reappearance.
I had a beard for the first Hey, How You Doing? So, but we dropped off at I guess in high school. So
yeah,
actually, let's talk about high school. I want to tell the audience because look, we did have it tough growing up. around as far as like definitely weren't like the coolest kids. I wasn't. And we were always trying to be cooler, trying to be popular. Of course, every kid wants to do that, even though you realize how stupid it is when you're older. But the way I was able to make a little bit of advancement in that area was that I would love to go find the best marijuana in the local area network, whether it was in Trenton, New Jersey, or New York City, or Philadelphia. Had mostly New York, but I used to love going to get pot and then start utilizing that skill set to start selling marijuana locally to be the cool guy. And I got a funny story to tell about it. This is kind of after I went to high school, a few years after. So I was 20 years old. AK and my brothers were 15 years old. I was in Plainsboro, driving my car, my van. I was with me and my girlfriend, them two. Actually, two more people in the car. I had a big van, remember? So I had the whole shit filled. We were burning an L, which means smoking a blunt, and the cops fucking we put it out. Cops were like searching us in Plainsboro, searching for fucking hour and a half. Can't find anything. So they finally find a seed of marijuana. So they fucking arrest. Yeah, they arrest me. They arrest my girlfriend.
Yeah, I bet they did.
They also take in all the kids. But listen to the charge they give me. They give me contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Yeah.
Your brothers are with you,
contributing to the Yeah. They gave me contributing to the delinquency of a minor charge.
Oh my God.
And you know what the funny part of that shit was? That it was their weed. It wasn't even my weed we were smoking. I had no good weed. They had the good weed at that minute. And I was like, God damn it. And you know the funniest part about that? When I fucking got released by the Plainsboro Jakes, get in my car, and I opened the fucking tray, and a full blunt is sitting there with a half blunt. That they searched the car for so long, and they didn't look in the most obvious area, which was the sliding ashtray. How stupid. You would never think. I swear to God, I can't make this shit up. Anyway.
Well, how do you they miss that?
I think that they were like, you know how it is, like when you're looking, you always think that when you're looking for something that's right there, like your keys are right there, your phone is right there, but there's no chance you think it could be there, so you're mentally blocking out being there. So you look everywhere else, places, and then it's sitting right there, or it's in your back pocket. Like, fuck!
Was it daytime or nighttime?
Well, so daytime going into nighttime. By the way, when it's nighttime at 5 p.m., why does it feel like it's 11?
Yeah. Let's go.
Why does it feel like there's no hope left in the world when this daylight saving shit hits?
I know.
I hate it.
I thought we don't even need this, bro. We're just doing this on purpose to fuck with our own heads.
Yeah. You know what I found out, too? Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time.
No, AZ don't do it.
Jeez.
They're like, bitch, it's already 100 degrees here.
So wait, did they keep it where we're at now, or they don't ever roll back?
They never changed it to begin with from day one.
Let's see. We could see time in Arizona right now compared to, let's see.
Bro, it's the same time as Arizona as it always goddamn was.
That's one thing they definitely got right over there.
That's the only thing they might have got right, except for the guns, too.
Yeah, so they never changed.
They allow you to carry a gun anywhere you want, which I kind of, after kind of some of the fucking maniacs I see out here, you're like, maybe it's safer to have some. Maybe my pepper spray ain't enough, All right, let's get into this. So yes, I went to college on a scholarship. By the way, I was kicked out of my parents' house when I was 17 years old, and I had to move into my aunt's and finish high school from there. I got expelled from West Windsor High. Okay? I was in goddamn California, senior year. The hardest thing to do as a human being is move into a town.
Yeah.
Senior year, in the middle of this, not even the beginning, the middle of the year, and I'll never forget. Motherfuckers like, who is this? Like, but again, the school is so big there, they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's West Windsor, like, who's the new guy? What's wrong with him? Like, no one cared. I swear to God, I was like, I went into art class, and this is one of the best high schools, like also in the country, just like our high school. It's actually higher rated than the high school in West Windsor. Actually,
Where
and my
exactly was it
cousin,
in LA?
Cerritos. So, and by the way, the number one high school in the United States is in that area. It's called Whitney. Okay, my cousins went to that high school. It's number one. West Windsor's like 150 or something like that, right? This is number one. Anyway, the high school, I couldn't get into that high school. I went to the regular high school, which is still highly rated, and I was just in shock at the changes from West Windsor to there because I get into class, and I'll never forget it. I had art class because I was just trying to get credits and graduate. Right, I had art class, and I remember seeing these Filipino kids sniffing something in class, and I'm like, should never happen in West Windsor. And they were doing meth back then, or they called crystal, whatever the speed. Back then, dude.
Jesus.
And I remember how hot the chick was, and I was like, God, what is going on? Anyway, they were all like experimenting with drugs. It was I remember one dude friended me. I had a like Punjabi friend that I lived across the street from. This is my main dude. And then I also had a black dude who was the outcast of high school too, because he was in the East Coast hip hop. So because he was not Tupac or Crip Central or any of the 18th Street or all that shit, he was kind of a loner. He saw me wearing like my Carl Kanai and my like fucking obviously oversized fucking winter shit from the East Coast, and kind of befriended me. And we gave each other.
It cannot be overstated how much of a big deal that was back in the mid '90s. By the way,
Absolutely. You have to pick sides.
Living in LA, but being into from the East Coast, from not only from New York, New Jersey, or the East Coast, but really into it too. Your whole swag is East Coast. You're into the East Coast hip hop. Cannot be overstated how much of a big deal is that was back then.
It's insane that what kind of East Coast West Coast beef there was. It was to the point where it was actually a very very serious thing, because people were dying, right? And I never understood it because it was like, wait, this is like so far away. Number one, and number two, it's like I like both music. I remember when I heard Snoop Dogg. To me, it was comical as well as good, right? So it was a whole nother level of hip hop that hadn't been hit before, like with the Biggie, with the fucking Wu-Tang, with the other stuff, the, Nas, Rakim, all the stuff I had heard, right? It didn't, and all of a sudden Snoop is making jokes while he's rapping. I'm like, dude, this is genius, because now now he's painting a story. He's making fun of them bitches. He's like them old ass bitches. What was that one line he had? You too old for me, bitch.
Oh yeah, the Slick Rick, yeah, Lottie Dottie, yeah.
I mean, he just had funny shit going on, and with the dogs and all this shit, like it was now a whole comedy thing involved. So that really got me excited. You know what I'm saying? It was, I didn't even realize that till we just talked about that now, right?
And that was the origination of These Nuts.
Oh, These Nuts, yeah, which to this day is not old. Yet, But yeah, so that went to California, and then I somehow got a scholarship at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
Let me ask you something. When you got sent to that school in LA, were you like, holy shit, I thought I was getting punished, but this shit's cool as hell. Like, I like it over here.
I was still punished because I was like, I have no friends, right? Let me tell you, there's nothing lonelier than walking onto a campus. By the way, there was a moment like that because I walk into the campus and I see everything's outdoors. The cafeterias are outdoors.
Yeah.
And I see there's Taco Bell outdoor cafeteria at your high school, Jay. You would have been in
an Indian's dream. So much Mexican pizza, so much hot and fire sauce.
I was like, wait, they got fast food in there? They don't give a fuck about us.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine.
It was a whole different world, man.
And I remember what I remember about that time, Raagz, is you would back then, you were pretty bored. I mean, obviously, you would go to the gym a lot. I think you would call me, collect, and tell me the number of the payphone. I'd call you back, right?
Yeah.
And then we would just catch up or whatever. And I remember one thing you used to say was, "Everyone thinks they're the shit out here. Everybody thinks they're the shit out here, and everyone's like super cliquey. Like, you got your Asians, you got your Indians, you got your Persians, you know,
Bro,
and everyone thinks they're the shit." So
Well, I mean,
those
it
are a
was
couple
like-
things I remember most.
Yeah, it was like you had the Japanese gang, you had the Korean gang, you had, well, not the Indian gang, but you had a lot of different black gangs, lots of different Latino gangs, the Filipino gang. So I remember in the mall, there was a fight between the Japanese and the Korean gang. I'm like, wait, who is that? Why? Wait, who's fighting? I was so shocked because I'm like, hey, that guy looks so nice. Like, no, but these guys look mean, and they were trying to look mean. And of course, they had something to prove, right? They had something to prove. Yeah, everybody thought
Isn't it kind of interesting how one of the most liberal states ever in the country, and you have all these racial tensions?
Oh yeah,
all
but it's
in there
kind of
too?
all dead now. It's gone now. You know, the gang thing has died here, bro. Look, at that time,
But it was liberal back then too, though.
no. I'm not saying it wasn't as liberal. You know what I mean? Marijuana wasn't legal or anything like that, bro. Dude, when I was there, if you got caught with weed, you went to jail. Okay? So I guess as far as liberal meant, I don't know, Hollywood was there. I don't, but I'll tell you this. Like, it was the peak of gangs. There was a gang. Movies were coming out. Every Menace to Society was out. It was like Boys in the Hood. And as you guys remember, 1995, slowly but surely, the gang shit made its way everywhere. That gang shit didn't just hit the LA suburbs from the hood. It also hit the fucking New Jersey fucking hood. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, you have gangs everywhere, and it was the height of the gangs. 95 was a very unique year because it was also the year OJ trial was going on. So LA was getting a lot of fucking looks at that time. A lot of national spotlight because the trial was happening. And you guys remember the Ford Bronco chase?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I mean, that was nationally televised.
Sure.
So there was a lot going on at that point, and then it was also they're scared of the rioting happening, and that was just a weird time, man. It was under Bill Clinton's fucking term.
The riots happened in '92, right? Only a few years before.
Actually, 96, Bill Clinton started.
Yo, Jay, are you gonna do the whole? Are you gonna do the
Huh?
whole episode with that silver wig on? By the way,
No, I was actually I was thinking
It
it's
looks
starting to
good
get
on
pretty
him.
hot.
yeah. Like, are we gonna take this guy seriously or what? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What the fuck are we doing?
All right. Anyway, now it's time for you guys to interview me. We're getting into that point in my life where I went to University of Maryland. I completely pulled a fucking Raagz Calhoun. I failed out. Well, I didn't fail out. I withdrew. I was failing, though. Not going to lie. I crashed my fucking friend's car, totaled his Jeep, lost my scholarship, and moved back to West Windsor. Listen to this. My parents said, you're going to fucking go to fucking goddamn, you're going to figure out your life. You're going to reapply to school. What are you going to figure out your life? You got to figure out your life. But you got to be out of this house soon. So I will never forget this. I go and there's a job. There's a ad in the newspaper. You want to travel? I'm like, yeah. You want to meet new people? Yeah. Make a lot of money? Yeah. So I went to the Holiday Inn where I meet about a 350-pound woman. She interviews me. She's like, she's like, you actually look good for this. I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. So she's talking to me. Her name was Donna. I'll never forget it. She's like, you're hired. I'm like, really? She's like, you want to start now? You got to start now. She's like, the bus is coming. The car's coming to pick you up. And
that's not a red flag at all.
Yeah,
I called
not a
my
red flag at
parents,
all.
and my parents are like, don't do it. They're like, do not do it. Sounds like such a bad idea. And I'm like, I'm going to take my chances. I'm like, it's better than being at home. So
I remember you
Raagz,
called
you know
me
what
and you're like, "Yeah, I got a job. I'm going to Maryland." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
No, going to
Was
AC
it Maryland
first
that you went
night.
to?
So AC first
I'm like,
night.
what
It's
the
like,
fuck?
got me with AC. They're like, tonight's going to be at AC. I'm like, AC? They're like, we're going to gamble. We're going to have a party. We're going to have fun. I'm like, yeah, let's go to AC. Let's go. Obviously, I'm an idiot. So I'll never forget it. I get down to fucking Atlantic City, and I stayed at, you know, the hotels that you start pulling up into Atlantic City like way before, and the old hotels start popping up. We pop up to this fucking hotel, and I meet this crew, mostly white people, right? One or two black people sprinkled in. Sales crew. We were selling soap door to door. I didn't know that yet. We were selling soap door to door in 1995 for $65. You know how much? $65 is a lot now. Imagine trying to get $65 out of someone in 1995. So, but that $65 bottle made 18 bottles. It was concentrate, right? But anyway, so the way you used to fucking get people was you used to take like a wool fucking or a rust fucking cleaner, and you'd clean the rust off the door handle with the shit. You spray it, clean the rust off, and they're like, "Oh my god, how'd you get that off?" You can get that off so easily with a fucking wool thing, right? Whatever fuck, just the material depends on the material of the thing you're cleaning with. But anyway, the first night we get there, they're like, "Do you smoke weed?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I smoke. Me, that 400-pound, 350-pound lady, Donna, 2 or 3 other people are in the hotel bathroom burning. We're passing it around, okay? All of a sudden, I'm getting high. I'm not really that high because I'm used to smoking good shit. It was kind of dirt. And the lady, Donna, just passes out, falls on the floor. The one fat
Shut the
redneck's
fuck
like,
up.
"I ain't doing nothing." That's the first thing he says. "I ain't getting down there and doing nothing."
Was she your supervisor? Technically,
Yeah, no one helped her because I'm new. I don't know CPR. I don't know what to do. But she finally wakes up. Jesus Christ. So that job was owned by a guy named Nick Joseph. Nick Joseph is one of the biggest scammers in the world. He's Nick Joseph. He's on fucking line. I found him. He's a piece of shit human being. I know I was a piece of shit human being. One of the guys that started with me, a guy and a girlfriend started with me. They met them in not West Windsor, but in Hamilton. So they were from Hamilton. They started together. By the time I was gone, the guy was gone, and the owner was fucking that chick. So
no way.
He ended their relationship. Swear to God. And by the way, I saw that kid. You know the reason I knew that? I saw the kid months later, a year later, at Mercer County Community College. I'm like, "Yo, dude." He's like, "Yo." He goes, "Dude, you won't believe it. That guy destroyed my life and told me all this shit."
That's crazy. Holy shit.
Anyway.
Let me ask you something. So this whole selling soap thing was a scam, was it not?
HydroPro. It's called HYDROPRO. HydroPro.
But what was it really? Was it really soap? I mean, what was it just do?
What was the scam part of it? It's not hard. What are you going to scam them with dirt? It's easy to fucking get soap.
Did you make any sales?
Yeah, I would make like 1 sale a day, bro. And dude, the guy would like try to hit me, dude. So it was very based on the manager used to take us around and drop us off to the fucking houses. That motherfucker would like threaten me. He's like, "You better get sales." I'm like, "Bitch." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm kind of confused." I'm like, "Yo, I don't want to fight this guy." Look, he was my size. It wasn't like I was scared, but I was intimidated. Yes, right? I was intimidated because I knew this guy was my boss. And on top of that, I knew I had not $1 in my pocket. And I was now, by that time, we were down in Virginia. Okay? And that's actually when I dipped off. And I dipped off in Virginia. Okay? Ran away because I just couldn't handle that guy anymore.
What was the last straw? What was the straw that brought the camel's back?
But dude, some of these white dudes, bro, because I kept getting arrested. I kept getting arrested for soliciting without a permit. Okay?
Oh, shit.
And I kept spending the fucking day in jail. And I'm like, dude, I've done this for fucking real fucking criminal shit. What the fuck am I doing in jail for? Dude, if you go door to door and you don't have a permit, it's illegal. So, and let me be honest. a brown dude like me coming to around your neighborhood, he wasn't gonna call the cops on you, okay? But whereas the white boys would go around and they'd be fucking these fucking housewives and getting the sales out of it, and they'd be showing off later. Yeah, they're like, I mean, how do you get 6 sales? He's like, she bought 4. I made sure she was happy. I'm like, shut up. And that was the whole point, was to get them to fuck. And I had one chance, I'll never forget it. The girl was dressed so slutty, and she opened the door, and she said, come on in. And I'm like, and at that moment, I was a virgin, okay? So I had no experience. And I also was confused. I'm like, she's just being nice, right? But dude, now that I look back, I'm like, I think I could have had that. You know what I'm saying? You know what? You know when you tell yourself that when you're
in retrospect, you start putting the clues together.
Listen, she had me sitting there. We're talking, and she's like, "Oh, we're gonna get the sale. Don't worry. You're such a nice boy." Like, she's asking me a question about me personally. I'm like, "Yo, this is the first time I'm not begging the person to buy this shit." And you know, like, the infomercials, and like, and more. It'll clean your attic. It'll clean this. It'll clean that.
You know what,
Raagz? I was running around the house trying to clean everything, man.
I'll tell you, that would have made one hell of a story for you to lose your virginity by actually taking that up, selling soaps to her.
I'm telling you, this woman was so nice to me.
Your payment structure like?
It's nothing. You get paid on sales, but you get $20 a day to eat. So I roll up to Sizzler, bitch, at the end of the night, like, all right, it ain't so bad. I got my 20. I'm gonna eat, and I knew there was weed. I'm gonna smoke, bitch. Right? You're happy as hell. I ate my buffet. I grabbed a couple of things. Back then, $10 to get in the Sizzler buffet. I grabbed a couple things from the store. I went back to my hotel room, and I was like, well, I got a hotel room. And then, meanwhile, my parents called me, like, how's it going? I'm like, it's going great. Like, because I don't want them to know I failed, right? I don't want them to know I failed.
Living the dream, Ma. Living the dream. Living the dream, Ma. Living the dream.
When I ran away, and these motherfuckers were chain smoked, too, and I was such a bad habit, dude. But I finally ran away in Virginia, bro.
Now, with what money though? With your daily $20?
Not even that, bro. Listen to this, bro. This is how fucking wild it gets. I hitchhiked off of Route 95, motherfuckers. I've hitchhiked up the fucking goddamn highway. That's the real deal. Like I told motherfucker, if you ain't hitchhiked, you ain't shit. I hitchhiked with crackheads. I hitchhiked with truck drivers, bro. I got up all the way up from there to DC, bro. To DC, dog. Call my dad collect. I don't remember, bro. I don't remember.
So but, hold on. Dude, hold on. Wait. Talk to me about the moment you actually left. Like, what were you doing? Like, were you?
He dropped me off to do my sales. Yeah, in the morning. I was plotting it. I'm like, I'm gonna get out of here today. And I was like, I was like, as soon as he dropped me off, I was like, I'll see you in a bit. I just ran off. And I'm like, my dumb ass, like, I'm going back on the highway. I started hitchhiking. I should have went to the police.
Did you hear from him? Did you hear from him at all or anything like that? Like, did any kind of interaction with him? Like,
no.
Did you have a contingency plan that if he had spotted you on the highway?
Huh?
Did you have a contingency plan in your head, like if he spotted you on the highway, what you do?
I mean, at that point, I'm going to have to fight him, right? I knew I might have to fight the guy. Right? I was ready to fight him. He hit me once. And at that point, I was like ready to snap on him. You know what I'm saying? Because the guy actually put his hands on me. But I was scared at that point. It wasn't strapped, bro, but he was definitely a little bit bigger than me. He was my height, but he's bigger than me, you know? And he was intimidating. Always yelling at people, always angry, always mean. And he kind of like, you know, like obviously, bro, growing up in an abusive household, once someone has that over you, they own you. You know what I mean? So I was at the point of snapping, but I was also like still like the fear of my father. Like I kind of was scared of the guy. You know what I mean? Like even though I could maybe beat him up, but he had this mental thing over me. So fucking ran away. You know, I was like, I just got to get away from this guy. And I hitchhiked, dude.
So you hitchhiked all the way to DC. You collected. You
I
collected your dad.
remember hitchhiking. I remember collect calling my dad, and they're like, "Fine, right, we'll buy you a ticket on a credit card." They bought me a ticket on a credit card. I got on the motherfucking shit, bro. I'll tell you what. Driving with crackheads, they didn't even have toll money. They dropped me off. I'm like, we had toll money. I'm like, bitch, I'm hitchhiking, dude. And I was scared. I was definitely scared with crackheads. The only people who pick you up though is crackheads or truck drivers. So be thankful.
Did you
the
get?
fact that someone picked me up.
Anyone try to
Or
squeeze
sexual
anything out of
predators.
you? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, like, did you have any strange and really strange, awkward encounters in a hitchhiking experience?
No. Look, I'm a big guy, right? I think most people are intimidated by me to begin with. I think the crackheads wanted to try to get some money out of me, but I literally had nothing. And I think the truck driver was the nicest guy in the world to me. You know, he just really was trying to help me. I think the hardest thing is being on the road doing this shit for fucking so long, because no one picks you up for so long.
Yeah.
And
the company helps.
And that's another thing.
So
when you
got back, I mean, what did you tell your parents?
Told them I fucked up. It was awful. Told them the truth. What was I going to tell them?
I don't know.
They're like, we told you.
You lied to them
told
before.
you. We told you.
Yeah, right.
Bro, I just told them I ran away and I called them collect, okay? They're not stupid. Oh, it's going great.
Raagz, you know what the irony for me in all this is? Right before you had this whole voyage from Cali back to Jersey to Virginia and all that, right before that, you had made the call to get me sent to India, and then you got kicked out on your own, and all that shit occurred from you during those same exact years.
I know. I got my karma. I got my karma.
Holy shit. That's why I had no idea.
Here's how crazy it was. When I got back, I think my parents kicked me out again because I got into fights with them. I moved in with our friend Nops. I don't want to say his name. And I lived at his house. And bro, he had 6 bedrooms. Why would I sleep on the floor in his bedroom? Now that I think about it. There's so many bedrooms.
You slept on the floor? You slept on the floor?
Yeah, I slept because he's like, we're watching Cheers together. We used to watch Cheers together.
I'm giving you a roof over your head. You're gonna sit here and watch Cheers with me, all right?
Dude, it was
Fuck you, dude.
What was it? It was fucking Cheers at 11, and then it was like Mama's Family or some other stupid
Oh my
show.
god! Wait, did you even watch Cheers before this, or he forced you to watch Cheers?
I always loved Cheers. Bro, Norm and Cliff, I love, and Ted, I love all that.
Cheers is a classic, though. Cheers is a classic.
Come on, Cheers is one of the best shows of all time. In my
I wasn't a big Cheers guy, but it was still a classic.
And also, there's a couple other shows we were watching at that time that they'd have reruns of, man. But you know, the night was over. We all knew the night was over when you heard the MASH music.
Oh my god, yes.
When MASH started came on, and all right, bitch, time to go to bed, dog. Good night, bro.
Yo, that is universal,
bro.
Oh my
MASH was the end of the night.
100% universal.
No,
100%.
I don't care who you were.
MASH, and you know what? And MASH didn't always come right after Cheers. It came after always something fun and you
something
knew
dope,
right
something
there.
dope.
It was
bro.
Three's Company, whether it was Three's Company or whatever the fuck.
Yep.
The craziest part was the intro music was like putting you to sleep music. It was like
so depressing.
I'm like,
and the thing is, it was so depressing, but it was also a sitcom.
But it was a sitcom about war, which is insane.
Yeah, but it was
like
such
Hogan's Heroes.
Like
that was another one, Hogan's Heroes.
It was such a depressing like intro song.
It was so depressing intro song that literally, if I play that for people our age, mentally they'll just yawn a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I'm tired.
You realize also, by the way, that the MASH episode, the MASH finale, I heard had massive ratings, so people were watching that. They had an audience.
They're celebrating that it got over.
Everybody finally got to go to sleep and never have to deal with this shit again, bro. Uh,
I don't know.
Can you imagine right now?
Well,
Can you
fuck
imagine
this.
right now? Let me ask you this: can you imagine Dose in 2025 if they had a sitcom in what's going on in Sudan or Gaza or Ukraine, Russia? Can you imagine they try to do a sitcom about soldiers going over there and be like, "Hey, IDF," like, what the fuck is going on? You gotta think that. I mean, that shit would not work today, bruh.
They'd have cameras on the Hamas crew too, with little funny little jokes here and
Oh
there.
my God.
With the studio audience laughing.
Studio. Oh my God.
And I don't
wanna-
know. Just to wrap up on my last point of match, I don't know one person on a personal level who actually watched that regularly growing up. Nobody that I know watched.
I mean,
that
it was the
regularly. I would love to
generation
know-
before us' show, right?
So it was a baby
So-
boomer thing.
It's like the way Jay's like, who the fuck watched fucking Cheers?
I didn't know if Knuckle
That's what I'm
forced you
saying.
the way you made it sound. I know Cheers was a classic show,
I mean,
but I didn't know.
What I'm saying,
like,
like Jay, when you were watching TV and the Cheers song came on, you were kind of like, all right, time to go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't watch
that
it.
was the go to bed
I don't-
music.
no, but MASH. I'll tell you, there's a channel on.
Mash
on
is like mashing your head into the bed,
Oh,
bitch. Into
that was the
pillow.
worst.
Motherfucker,
There's a
like,
channel-
"Nah, it's time to go to bed, bitch.
There's a channel called That's Classic 80s that has like it brings back theme songs of famous TV shows from the 80s and from our childhood. They did MASH, and you read the comments, and I'm just like, holy shit! It's not just me that hated that. Every single person's like, that's when the fun time was over. That's when the fun time was over for MASH.
And by the way, the opening credits was like fucking 5 minutes long. It was
Oh.
forever. It was
Oh
like a
my
whole
God.
song. My God, can we just get to the goddamn show already? What are we doing here with this?
I
shit?
remember they had the big finale.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I heard it did very, very well with
that
the
was
ratings.
as I was hitting REM sleep. They said last two. I was like, God, God damn.
Raagz, I
what-
wanted to bring up a memory that I have from you, and I'm wondering if you actually remember this incident. So when I say I was listening to a Jay-Z song, and he said, "From Club Cheetah to Club Amnesia." Now, do you remember the Club Cheetah incident at all?
Club Cheetah.
Is that-
I've been to Club Cheetah. A
Yeah.
few times.
All right, so I'll tell you this is vivid
Yeah,
memories.
no,
so
I do recall.
vaguely recommend
Wait, what was Club Cheetah incident with us?
with you,
No,
especially.
I mean I know I've been there, but I don't remember. Tell me.
All right, so this is at the end of the night, right? Where it's getting ready to close down and everything. I look to the right.
Happens.
All I see is you hop over the bar and steal a bottle from the thing, and then you ended up
Oh.
getting arrested that night. Like,
Did I get arrested?
Yeah, you did.
I remember.
Are you
I remember
sure?
hearing about.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? It was like a free for all, and I just see you hop over the bar.
Didn't they let me pay for it?
Or maybe some shit. I just remember they
let
caught
me
you.
pay. They let
they
the chick-
caught
so
you.
that- I think the girl that I was with, bless her heart, I didn't have the money. She paid for the bottle.
Oh, is it? I just remember they caught you, and I'm just like, holy shit! What? Like, what the fuck? Were you thinking that? I was like, holy shit! This is the most insane shit I've ever seen. Reach over the bar and grab a bottle from the fucking.
He didn't
Well,
really think that one all the way through, did he?
Nah.
Why did I need
Maybe
a
if
bottle?
you had that T-shirt that
I
said
bet.
"free hugs," they'd let you go.
We didn't even get into. So we're gonna have to have another part, man, of
Yeah.
my interview.
Why? About free hugs?
Yeah,
No, we're already at 103.
yeah. About the
So look, I'm gonna tell the audience this because we'll save this for the next time. At some point, I went to college from DeVry University, graduated from DeVry with honors, made a speech at my graduation.
Did you really?
Yeah. I didn't even expect. I didn't even know I was supposed to. They announced me up, and I just went up there and spoke. At some point, then, I was in a relationship for a few years, which was extremely up and down, where we were both. It was mostly my fault that we were using hard drugs together.
Mm.
My fault on that relationship. I fucked that whole thing up. And I also, at that point, the West Windsor police broke my parents' door with a SWAT team because certain people, there's certain activities going around my parents' house, right? I'll put it this way. I wasn't even hustling at that time, but they got me. They got me because one of our friends set us up. We'll put it that way. We got set up.
Wasn't really a friend though.
Yeah, and so at that point, I was kicked out. I was facing multiple charges from, including multiple charges from being a hustler, charges from my ex-girlfriend. I mean, I was all over the place. You know, like I was a really effed up human being at that point. And also I was just had a run of bad luck. And so in 2001, right before 9/11, my parents kicked me out again. I move into my brother's dorm room in Newark, New Jersey at NJIT. I'll never forget Jadakiss' first solo tape had just come out. And I move in.
Kiss the game goodbye. Those.
Yeah. I move in to Rutgers, Newark.
Someone's touching
into the dorm.
Someone's fucking with them.
Into the dorm room. And I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get in and out of this dorm? You know what I mean? Like, you need ID. You need to. And the Indian guy, I keep smiling at him, the RA. I mean, this is the first time in my life being Indian actually. The RA, like, finally, being Indian has just been a problem my whole life, right? Been shitting on for it. You know, I actually, the first girl I hooked up with, she was Indian. I was Indian, so I guess that was because I was Indian. But I'll never forget the guys that were the RAs just realized this guy's living here illegally. We can't do anything about it because he always has mad goons with him. And listen, I got more off of that campus than most students, okay? Because I utilized the study rooms. I utilized. Let me tell you, that cafeteria.
They had Taco Bell there.
They had Taco Bell there. That cafeteria lady, the buffet lady. I would just smile at her, and she would smile back. Go ahead. Old black lady. Nicest lady in the world, bro. Just let me go. Smiled at me. Knew I had no money. Go ahead. Just get the head on there. Like, you know what I mean? And eventually she goes, "You don't live here, do you?" I was like,
what'd you say?
I was like, "No, I don't even know. No. You know, I was just like, I gotta go in there. I was like, I was caught off guard by her. You know what I mean?
I always figured that you were just using your brother's ID card and just, you know, since every brown person back then looked alike.
I would, but if I'm going with him to eat, if I was going with Sue and my brother wasn't around, I didn't have his ID, right? First of all, only way I would be around if he would leave his ID with me, because I was so notorious for losing shit, was if he was around within the area, right? So whether it was you or Sue, I would have to go, or Vic, or whoever the fuck, I'd have to go in there and fucking just give the head shake to her and be like, "I'm so hungry today." She's just like, "Get in there." But no, I tell you, NJIT and Rutgers, Newark, had some interesting times there, because I would like hit on girls on the campus and they'd be like, "Where you go?" I'm like, Rutgers. Because I'd go to the frat parties. I'd go to the fucking, and they'd be like, "So where you go?" I'm like, "I went to Rutgers, Brunswick, but I'm a little bit, you know." I had no straight answer. It was always like dancing around the subject. Oh God. Anyway, we're gonna come back with chapter 2, or the final chapter, next time, where we talk about Chapter 3, which is from the age of 22, 23 to now, bitch.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's right. There we
It's
go.
like, it's like Back to the Future. It's a whole trilogy.
And there's a lot we never even talked about, but we don't have time for that shit. But
Well, until next week, boys.
listen.
Thank you.
yeah,
Go ahead.
until next week,
Closing remarks.
nothing. We got a
Bye,
lot
everybody.
to talk about next week. Peace.
Peace.
So.